Hey folks, welcome to Friday's market wrap-up here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and I apologize I didn't get a Thursday market sit rep out there, but I was over in Dallas for a pretty special event. I got to speak to the Mothers Against Drunk Driving National Board of Directors. Obviously a cause very, very near and dear to my heart, so you can head to the facebook.com/TopGunOptions page if you want to check out the some of the pictures from yesterday. Got to speak to a lot of similar victims who were trying to end this senseless crime that obviously has a very big ripple effect. So the pictures are on the Facebook page if you're interested in checking those out. Dow's down about, I don't know, 40, 50 right now, just kind of a wishy-washy market today, mainly because we're in a holding power pattern, easy for me to say, over the G7 meeting. So Macron's kind of turning against his bromance with Trump. Angela Merkel saying, hey, we need to step up to counter Trump's new world order. I have a couple Star Wars nerds that live here, my boys, and whenever I hear that term, I think of the third what is it, world order, whatever the hell it is from Star Wars. But we're not going to kowtow to Angela Merkel or Macron in France. I just really don't care, folks. Especially with issues like Iran, the Iranian nuclear deal, until they start chanting death to Germany and death to France on a daily basis and stepping on their flag and threatening to nuke Germany and France. I really don't care what you have to say, Angela or Miss Merkel. So, and breaking news this morning, which is this guy just loves to troll liberals and Democrats, man, on a daily basis. I love the Trump derangement syndrome. You know, it's past 10. This one goes to 11. Donald Trump says Russia should be let back into the G7. Whether it's the North Korea negotiations where the president just can't win with anybody who disagrees with him, or trade, or Russia, he's right. Hey, man, we have a world to run. Russia should be at the negotiating table. So, and obviously the trade tensions are really looming here. These two chicks, I mean, dudes, with their little bromance. Justin Trudeau of Canada, which breaking news yesterday, he's groped a woman back in 2000, which was shocking to me because I was pretty sure he was on a different team, but and of course liberals buried that story. So go ahead and Google that and find the news on your own that this man is one of those Me Too guys, right? Like the Attorney General in New York. The dudes that usually scream the loudest about being against that stuff are usually in it. So Trump's tariffs cast a long shadow on the G7 summit discourse. Good. The president had a great tweet today. He's like, hey, man, we're going to get something done. We're going to make trade fair. God forbid you make an agreement fair. If you don't understand that, you really do have mental issues. And you obviously don't run your own business. I mean, who does this, right? Who enters into just horrific agreements to lose money? If you do, you are an idiot. And the president tweeted today, he's like, hey, man, even if they don't want to do anything, we're going to win eventually, and the American worker. It just feels great, folks, to wake up on a daily basis to have a president who's working for us, not the new world order and a bunch of limousine liberals in Europe who are being literally invaded, Trojan horse style, by Muslim immigrants, right? It's good luck with all that, folks. Brazil. I said I was iffy about getting back into Brazil last week. It looked like they were trying to climb out of the dirt, and right here when it rolled over, I said, nope. Done. Double verticals, pound this thing into the dirt. It's done for Brazil for now, folks. Brazil sell-off feeds global emerging market retreat. So our strong dollar is just beating the hell out of the emerging markets. Will it go on forever? No, it won't. The EWZ will come back, but we are at essentially lows that we were a year ago. It's been a hell of a round trip, political crisis and all sorts of stuff, but I'd be sitting on my hands here. The only Captain Kirk trade I'd be looking at doing right now is the FXI, the only trade. We actually have some what's on to flight schedule for tonight. Not that you're going to be on your Friday night looking at China CPI or PPI. I will. 9:30 before I go out tonight. ExxonMobil, folks. Exxon to show its green side in meeting with the Pope. That's very interesting. But we have an iron condor trying to work right now. We put on a bull put spread Wednesday in our what was it? Analyze your trade and accelerate retirement brief. So we put on a bull put spread that expires today. The 80, where is it? The 81, 80 and a half bull put spread, looking for about 12 cents in that. We were risking 57 to potentially 1,800 bucks. So this one's looking great. ExxonMobil smashed at the open today, and I thought we have an existing 82 and a half. Where's 82 and a half? All the way down here. 82 and a half, 83 bear call spread. So oil and obviously, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. So remember, the first half an hour to hour of trading is amateur hour. This smash and this resulting pop, let it settle down a little bit here, folks. I'm holding the 82 and a half, 83 bear call spread. I'm taking it into the merge, into the close. I don't think ExxonMobil is going to be that strong today. It ended, and look at yesterday's market action. It was like that. So I think we're probably going to see under 82 and a half by the close today. We're going to be getting some bad news throughout the day, folks, as the president looks to head there. So global, G7 trade tensions between the U.S. and its allies ratchet up ahead of the summit. And we're toppy here, folks. We never got our sell in May and go away, right? We got our buy in May and move sideways. The other day I said, hey, I think the all clear is most likely sounded. I'm cautiously bullish, but we looked at getting long some VIX calls as a hedge, because whether it's Trump meeting next week in Singapore with Krimo Semyongai, or this G7 meeting. I mean, so they're all up in the Great White North there, our 51st state, Canada, to talk trade, and it could be a long weekend. So I don't see too many folks getting long going into the weekend today. Here's from the backbench, Ben Bernanke. You remember him, our old Fed chief? The U.S. economy is going to go off a cliff in 2020. That's weird. Why that far out? What's 2020? Oh, the re-election of the Donald Trump. Why would you pick 2020, dude? I know exactly why he picked 2020. So, and obviously, Ben Bernanke does not eat cat food. The guy works, and he's obviously, he does a lot of consulting. I think he's at Bridgewater, isn't he? Yeah, I think he's at Bridgewater, or wherever he is. But the dude, interesting, and I get what he's saying, but I don't believe that guy. Lloyd Blankfein, same CEO, different Goldman Sachs. Lloyd, just go, man. I'm worried about the financials, kind of where they are right now. I still like our Jamie Dimon, J.P. Morgan. He was in the news today, but folks, I've been pounding Goldman Sachs. Just go, Lloyd. When the CEO says, "Hey, I'm going to be leaving," and then doesn't tell you when he's going to leave, it's cheese, man. He's starting to be like mayonnaise on the dashboard of my car here in Boca in the sun. You've overstayed just go, Lloyd. Don't know what you're waiting for. Facebook bug changed privacy settings of up to 14 million users. Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? I told you this thing has a ton of roaches, but at the end of the day, the market can remain irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So there's, Facebook giving back a little bit of the ghost. The chick, I'm not trading it, guys. I'm not going to get bearish on it. Why? I just told you. Facebook can remain irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Market doesn't care about Facebook. Investors should use the market's apathy towards Facebook to up their holdings. I mean, this guy is obviously long Facebook. Facebook generates cash flow, blah, blah, blah. Facebook's future prospects. I could not disagree more with this. Mark Zuckerberg has got to go. I saw that the board of directors for Tesla is trying to get rid of Elon Musk. Both these companies, whether it's Tesla or Facebook, have to get rid of the dude that started it. They're great entrepreneurs, folks. Trust me. Hats off. I wish I were them and had both of their ideas. I didn't. But they're awful CEOs. I might not be the best entrepreneur. I'm a pretty damn good CEO. Okay, so being a CEO is completely different than being an entrepreneur. Mark Zuckerberg is a horrible face of Facebook. This is like bleeding a death by 1,000 cuts. But I think we're getting Facebook fatigue with people just kind of putting their fingers in their ears going, well, of course. And you know who the 14 million users privacy settings were affected by? They gave this to a Chinese company, folks. And the company is actually under investigation by, I think it's been designated a security threat company by our government. But nobody cares, right? All you see besides Jeffrey Gundlach on TV or in the media are Facebook cheerleaders. You don't see guys like me pointing out that this thing sucks. Again, folks, and even Apple's rolling over, or should be. Apple was rolling over today. Here's another one that's coming home to roost here. Apple, down 1.5%. Kind of looking like Facebook, right? Rally, sideways, a little up, and then giving back the ghost. What happened today? Apple stock falls after report says companies preparing for 20% fewer iPhone shipments with this year's upcoming models. Guys, I'm telling you, Tim Cook is not Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was a Zuckerberg and a Elon Musk, man. Great entrepreneur. Run into a room with a whiteboard, throw a bunch of stuff up there with your magic marker, turn around and tell a guy like Tim Cook to execute, and the guy would. He's a good CEO and executor. But folks, until the iPhone 22 or 23 or 38 or that's it. They have to innovate, folks. Until these iPhones start coming out with teleportation devices or animators, there's only so many people in the world. I know we're making more, and there's a quadrillion Chinamen, but at the end of the day, folks, the market gets saturated. They need to innovate. Okay, so that's why back in October, not just the political risk, I said what? Get out of these things and get into the Death Star. The Death Star, in the same time frame when I said to get out of them, Apple and Facebook, and get into an Amazon instead, is up what? 77%. Amazon has seen a 77% increase when I told you to bail out of Facebook and Apple. How about these guys? Where's October? Here's October. Let's go with Facebook. How's Facebook looking? So everybody's, with Facebook, 11%. Do you like 77 or 11? Apple. October, Apple. Better than Facebook, right? 22, 24. That's close. 24%. Still, do you like 77 or do you like 24? And the ship has not sailed yet for Amazon, folks. If you're sitting there saying, damn, I didn't get in. We did a great trade brief this week where we looked at synthetic stock on this, or maybe a long call diagonal on it, or even an XLY as a potential good proxy. Look at this. Since October, look at this. It ain't no Amazon, but holy crap, folks, 22%. It's the same as Apple. Why the XLI? I think, speaking of 22%, I think Amazon is 22% of the XLY. So it's a semi-decent proxy, and it's not a $1,600, $1,700 stock. It's 109. So, all right, folks, we had a good week. I had a good week, and also just obviously a somber day up in Dallas, and especially being around victims, and you walk down the hallway at the Mothers Against Drunk Driving headquarters, and you see all the pictures. It's just, it's a senseless and horrific crime and tragedy, folks. Just please don't drink and drive. You ever hear of Uber? You ever hear of Lyft? You ever hear of a cab? It's just, it's selfish, and you can hurt a lot of people and yourself. So, okay. I'm going to be watching ExxonMobil. I might actually send out an urgent alert today. I'm going to be keeping an eye on things and the market. Hopefully ExxonMobil's, that's its little pop, and then we're going to see a drop here. Other than that, I will see many of you Monday for our weekly options live trading brief at 1 o'clock. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. We'll see you.